If you're retaking this mastery test, it's probably because you got a bad score that was terrible. If that sentence sounds strange to you, that's because it's redundant. Bad and terrible mean the same thing. There's no need to say both. That's what's going on in these type of questions. The highlighted words or phrases mean the same thing. A good writer is concise. What does that mean? It means they use as few words as possible to say what they have to say. In number one, if you say that you postpone the meeting until later, having both of those phrases does not add anything extra to the sentence. It's just repetitive, too many words. Same problems with B, C, and E. There are two phrases that mean the exact same thing, and one of them should have been cut out, like in D. Number two, again, you're recognizing which words or phrases mean the same thing. Inadequate, not enough, did not provide enough, insufficient. All of these words mean that there wasn't enough pasta salad. You only need to say it once, as in choice C. Number three required reading the directions carefully. It asked you to choose which one was redundant, and most of the others, redundancies, were wrong. You were looking for the one example that wasn't. So that's why this one was B, looking back in retrospect. Those were the two phrases that meant the same thing. So the correct answer was B. Number four, plummeting was the key to understanding this one. Plummeting meant the same thing as have fallen or are falling. That made A, B, D, and E redundant. They didn't have two redundancies inside the answer, but it matched up with a word or phrase earlier on in the sentence, and it meant the same thing. That's why C was the right answer. It was the only one that didn't mention falling again. Number five again asked to find the error. And the phrase or the word while means the same thing as at the same time. For example, distributing papers to students while chewing gum, distributing papers to students at the same time as chewing gum. They mean the same thing. That made C the error. Number six, the words initially, begin, start, initiate, and progression all mean the same thing here. The answer choices where there were two were wrong because it's redundant. D was the best choice because it only used the word begin once. Number seven, scholars, period, scholars. If you're going to end a sentence with a subject and then start another sentence with the same subject, it's not necessary. It's redundant. Instead, you can merge the two sentences with a comma like D. For number one, the words that were redundant were yearly, annually, each year. All of these meant the same thing. That's why C was the best answer. It only mentioned one of these words or phrases once. There was no repeating. Number eight, annual was outside the answer. It was earlier on in the sentence. So that's why each year, every year, per year were all wrong. And it would be better just to delete the underlined portion because annual already existed earlier on in the sentence. Number three, current, at this time, right now, as it is now, currently, all mean the same thing. They're redundant. D was the best choice because it avoids more than one word or phrase that means the same thing.